Hello and welcome to the Killer Bits. This week on Heroes of the Storm we are playing Sonya, and the map, as you can see, is Cursed Hollow. Now, quick overview of Cursed Hollow, as I normally do. On this map, randomly in the jungle, these things called tributes will spawn. You can see the instructions here. So the Raven Lord creates tributes, you gather them, and when you've captured 3, the enemy team is cursed, which causes them their structures not to attack and their minions to have 1 hit point. However, if they collect 3, they also get this buff. So you need to contest these tributes throughout the map. Now, Sonya, who we're playing, is a warrior. And I believe this team comp that I've been match made into, actually we don't have an assassin, which is the attack damage carry type role. But we do have a few specialists who can deal out a butt ton of damage, so we'll have an interesting game here. Previously, I actually got put in a game which had 4 assassins, which was not a lot of fun. That was just me trying out Sonya for the first few times before I actually made this video, because there's no point playing her unless you actually have an idea of what to do. Anyway, we will get into the game shortly and all will be revealed as to this scantily clad warrior. Like, she really doesn't wear an awful lot for someone who needs to be able to take a lot of hits. We're going to load in, hopefully. There we go. So there you see Gazlo, Sergeant Hammer, Zagara, and Nazabo, who I think are actually all specialists, potentially. Anyway, so Sonya, like I say, is a warrior, but she's interesting in that she doesn't really feel tanky. She just has a lot of health regen, and I'm not entirely sure the best way to play her. You can use this to build fury, or this to increase your maximum fury, but I don't think that's actually that useful. So I'm going to go with War Paint. I mean, it's personal preference, and I haven't really played around with her build enough to know exactly what I want to do. Nazabo is standing in base, just doing Nazabo things, so I'll go and cap this sentry just so we have a little bit of vision. I doubt it's really that important at this point, because, I mean, it's an area that you don't particularly need to be able to see, and go up to top lane. Nazabo seems to be on the move now, which is useful. Anyway, so like I say, Sonya, she doesn't feel quite the same as the typical warrior, because instead of being tanky, you just build her in a way that creates a lot of health regen. Zagara just getting folded on there by 5 members of the enemy team who are all mid lane. It's an interesting strategy you see quite often in this game, where all of the team goes to 1 lane at the start of the game. And I'm not convinced it's the best strategy necessarily, because yes, you can get an early kill, but if the enemy team can start to build XP in lanes and you play carefully, it's going to be a problem, because you can't easily tower dive or clear tower right at the start of the game, unfortunately. So you can see there, we're actually going to hit level 2 before them, and thus buff up our characters. Just going to hit the tower a little bit and then back off. Like I say, you see early on that the towers, they're quite hard to clear, especially when you don't have very high damage. Anyway, so Sonya, like I say, she feels different because she has, like, rather than having, like, not taking hits, she just heals back up. So her spin attack here, you'll see, actually heals her for 30% of the damage. And my basic attacks also heal me for 25% of the damage. So I have a lot of health regeneration, and that's the way that I sustain, rather than through not taking hits. The other thing that's interesting about her is, if you see her mana bar, it's not actually called mana, it's called Fury. And I charge that by basically basic attacking. Oh god, that's terrible. So I basic attack the minions, and that charges up my my Fury, and then I use that to cast abilities. Now, I'm not too sure where the enemy team is, which is slightly worrisome. You've got a couple people in mid lane, bottom lane, sorry, 3 people in bottom lane. Bottom lane seems okay, though. Just going to keep pushing top. You see here, they've kind of cost themselves. They've only got level 4, whereas we have... Sorry, they have level 2, whereas we have level 4. They've just hit level 3, but we are quite comfortably into level 4, and I'm going to continue to sustain here. I've got a new talent, and I like to kind of improve her, her seismic slam. I mean, these abilities are all interesting. You could empower her basic attacks. Actually, let's do that. We'll empower her basic attacks, which gives us, in turn, more healing. And we'll try and do a kind of health regeneration type build. And hopefully that'll work out quite well. But like I say, this Fury it's an interesting... And I actually quite like the whole Fury thing instead of mana, because I find one of the trickiest parts in this game is actually conserving mana. I really struggle with that. Our team has got 2 total kills, so you can see that the bottom lane's actually doing pretty good for themselves. Sergeant Hammer coming in, and I'm a great counter to Sergeant Hammer. We'll just spin to get away. I'm a great counter to Sergeant Hammer because my Q, basically I throw it at someone, and if I hit them, I leap to them. And this is a good counter for Sergeant Hammer, because she relies on remaining out of range from the enemy team. So you see her there. We'll just go in and start hitting her. At this point, like, I can get out fairly easily. Of course. And we've got Fury, so we can just keep hitting our double. And you see there, she's boosted out. Like I said, because I had a lot of Fury before that fight started, I've managed to I've managed to hit her a lot of times with my seismic slam, and that's why some people choose to level up the seismic slam, so you just do a lot of damage. Just gonna get out of range here, I think. Hopefully maybe signal for a little bit of help top lane. So wait, assist me at the bottom there, because at the moment she's just gonna be able to siege it out without too much on my part. So I'm gonna go back to base and heal up. I think that's probably a better plan. I think Zagara can then go top, which should be pretty good. Anyway, so this is Sonya, and I think she's a lot of fun to play. I think our team comp is interesting. Their team comp, you see, you've got a healer there, support, a tank, an assassin, that's a ranged assassin, a melee assassin, and a specialist. So they've got quite a bit more of a varied team than us, but we seem to be doing pretty well in terms of the XP, although they've already gotten a tribute. I always forget, like, I always tend to not notice when the freaking tributes spawn in this game, and it's really frustrating for me. Spend Fury to gain health. That can be quite useful, but I'm gonna level up this seismic slam ability, because if I can kind of spam that a little bit, I should be in a pretty nice place. We'll do this. Nova's decided to show herself there, and that suits me. Oh, it's a fake one, so she'll be behind the wall somewhere. I'm gonna keep just hitting this tower, killing the gate. I think we'll take the gate out, because once the gate's out, we can kind of chase them if they decide to just hang around too long. You see these towers are now out of ammo, except for that one on the right that's currently being hit by the trolls. And we'll oh, can't quite get her there. That is again a fake Nova. Nova creates fakes, and you need to be aware. But if we try and jump in, and then we can kind of spin right round, baby, like a record. Where is the tribute? It says collect the tribute. Ah, our teammates are doing it. So that's fine. We've got 2 up top, so they should be able to pick that up. There you go, no problem. I need to pay more attention to tributes. I think that's one of my downfalls in this game, is I really don't in this map. But we do have a nice number of levels on them, and they have suffered from their early game as we took the hit but kept farming the lanes. Anyway, onwards. So the whirlwind is good for clearing, really good for clearing minions. You see here, like just you spin me right round, baby, like a record. I think it's really interesting the kind of style they've done for this Diablo hero. Like, she's kind of scantily clad, if I'm honest. But oh, I thought they were out of ammo. Apparently not. Apparently not. Choose a talent. Okay then. Right, I prefer her leap as to her Wrath of the Berserker. Wrath of the Berserker basically buffs her, whereas yeah, Wrath of the Berserker basically buffs her, whereas leap, you jump in, you stun, and you, well, I'll show you. There you go. So you do that, and then you kill the Sergeant Hammer. Like, you jump in, you do damage, and you stun, and I think it's a really good ability. I thought we had her, but you know, at this point we're just here to take the tribute. I don't think Sergeant Hammer's going to come back in, and if she does, she'll die for it. So quite a good and easily low contestation there on the tribute, and that's putting us in a really good position in this game. You can see that the team is playing really well as a team. Like, the lanes are doing well as they currently are. No one's particularly suffering. A lot of people in mid lane currently dealing with some minions. We've got these towers here. They seem to be regaining ammo slowly, actually. I thought once their ammo was out, that was it, but I think they have been actually regaining ammo. Yeah, I thought not, darling. I'm gonna probably rotate to middle lane, I think. Although, look at Nazeebo, just going for it. I think we should be careful. I think they're gonna come and gank us. Zagara doing a great job on the hard camp there. That is gonna go behind enemy lines and start pushing their second fort, despite the fact we haven't killed their first. And our jungle camp control has been really good by our teammates. I'm just kind of doing a type of kind of solo lane thing this game, and just kind of pushing this top lane. And I think that's been working out quite well. Tribute down there we should probably go get. That should curse them. So I'm gonna try and head down and help Gazlo. Gazlo is actually very good at what he does. Is he is very good at killing jungle camps. So we'll head down so that they don't contest us, and hopefully these two will be okay in this team fight. As long as we can keep them off it. You can see us all folding in there into the battle, and I know that there is a weak enemy here somewhere. But we're gonna go in on Sergeant Hammer there. Actually, we're gonna kill those two with low health while Sergeant Hammer's currently captured. Take her out and then grab this tribute, and then we should probably split push. I think that's probably a clever plan. See these guys backing off there. They can't really fight us at this point, without getting kind of peeled, I guess. Oh, I guess peeled is the wrong word, but just getting kind of jumped on. Their towers don't attack at this point, so we're perfectly fine to fight under tower. and start chunking it really. Remember that it's important to remember you can use abilities on these towers, so if I spin myself right round baby, right round, like a record baby, right round, round, then we should be fine. A lot of people have compared Sonya to Garen actually from League of Legends with the spinning. She is actually quite similar with her kind of warrior-like abilities, and we'll try and actually engage here in this battle. Like I say, they've not really got a lot of damage at this point. You see there, my CC. Oh, got ulted by Nova. The CC and the health regen allowed me to stay in that fight long enough, or longer than seemed to make sense. Illidan there going in on the Zebo. We'll keep an eye on what's happening down over here, and she's backing off and she's out. Meanwhile, Sergeant Hammer and Gazebo. Gazebo's like a tent, isn't it? Have nicely pushed bottom turret, and we've killed their fort. And this will cause catapults to spawn in the lane, which are stronger and help you push more. So it does behave like an inhibitor, except that it doesn't respawn. So similar to League of Legends. Ability-wise, I'm going to actually pick the one that gives me more heals, just to kind of have that sustain again. Like I say, some people like to build her to maximize damage on her seismic slam, and she doesn't feel traditionally warrior. So if you see the Mirrodin? Yeah, the Mirrodin and the Stitches match, you'll see that they're traditionally they're quite tanky. They can take a lot of hits. She needs to kind of get the lifesteal there. Anyway, we'll come in here on Nova without too much of a problem, and then move on to Sergeant Hammer here. She may use her thrusters. There go her thrusters to kind of back off out of the fight. But at this point, we can then push lane. Hopefully, there should be a tribute fairly soon. Oh, in comes their Mirrodin, and we'll try and do something. Healing up. Look at that. Look at that health regen. That's delicious. If you check my healing, I actually have the most healing in the game because of not just, I guess it's just self healing. I'm gonna move up here and take these camps. Oh, whoa, that hurt. Anyway, let's go. Maybe take the boss. No, we're not going to take the boss. Okay, we need to do that as a team, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. Fortunately, I don't know. Try and go over this wall. Can't quite get him. Still kind of low on health. Need to do a spin at some point. I do want to pick this up though. No, I don't want to run towards them. Oh, the pathing in this game. It's too real. Too real. Gonna go hang out with Zagara. Bring them over here. And then we will come up in like this, and again heal up. Oh, the stun, that was very well done by Mirrodin. So he stunned me so that when I spun right round like a record baby, sorry, it's not funny, we had some issues. Although actually I think does this improve my ult? No, the last one improves my ult. I always mix up which abilities. I was worried I'd picked the wrong one, because there is an ability in each game that will actually buff up your ult. Anyway, healing up and having a good time there. We see the tribute has just spawned. I'm heading right over there to defend that and help sort that out. Let's see, allies' abilities give more movement speed, whirlwind duration increased. Spears always pull, so you can actually use it to dash. I'm going to get this one, because currently I don't really need too much escape, because they're not playing very aggressively. So what I actually can do is instead try and increase my damage output and my sustain in fights, so that we cause them a significant amount of trouble with that. I'm going to suggest that we go and get this camp. And hopefully someone will come with me. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to mount up with me and Nazabo. Oh, help! Help! Not getting help. But I think we're okay. Oh, it's a fake. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it's not a fake. I have no idea. Oh, there we go. Sora, look at that. So you can see the invisible ones, and that was actually a really nice hook. And as a result, managed to come in there and clear her up. Somehow figured out which one was fake and which one was real, which was, I think, 90% luck, if I'm honest. We're just going to have to fight this. He's backing off, so I will back off too, and I think get back to base. Actually, no, I'm going to get towards this tribute, and hopefully me and Nazibo. That is Nazibo, right? I mixed up Nazibo and Gazlo, and that's how I got Gazebo. But we should be okay to pick this one up. And there's been very, very good team play this game, and I'm very actually proud of my team. She should probably be defending while I pick it up, because I can't really defend, but just due to my decreased health, but that's okay. We've got the tribute. Gonna go suggest we do this boss camp. Oh, there you go. Found the enemies. Spin to gain health. It's not gonna work. Oh, I'm out. Look at that. Got knocked out of the way and somehow survived by the skin of my skinny little teeth. I am Ginger extraordinaire. And yeah, I think she's different from traditional warriors, and that's not a bad thing. Like, She's not traditional, but that's okay. Meanwhile, we're actually winning the game here because this enemy team seems not to care that we just killed their base. You see, like I said, Gazlo and Sergeant Hammer pushing like bosses, and there's a GG, and that puts me, I think, on, let me think, 5 wins and 3 losses, and that was Sonya. A very brief, very thorough, I think, kind of portrayal of how she plays and what to do with her. Look at that hip to waist ratio. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next week. How do you guys build Sonya? Let me know what you think maybe I could do differently, how you'd like to build her, and how you think my play was. We have a Facebook, as always, at facebook.com/thekilobits, and we have a Twitter at thekilobits. And next week, hopefully I'll play someone else, although there may not be a video next week, depending on my situation, as I'm moving house, I'm going to EGX London, and while I'm moving house, I'm potentially homeless, so that'll be fun. Anyway, I will see you guys next time, and thanks everyone for watching. Ta-ra!